troubling earnings report for Tesla. The electric car company lost $702 million last quarter. Its shares now down some 4%, at one point hitting a 52-week low. Some investors are having trouble figuring out simply how to value the company. That's because Tesla is a car manufacturer and a battery company. It says it plans to establish a taxi network and is even promising to sell auto insurance. That means you can't analyze it like you might Ford, as two Tesla watchers told me on First Move today.
Our minimum expectation for the next 5 years is that they will raise $10 billion. Our bull case, this is our bull case, is that they will raise $20 billion. And the reason they will do it is because they are launching an autonomous taxi platform, which is going to be hugely profitable. We want them to do this.
Elon is a billionaire, a global celebrity and icon, because he says and does audacious things. And when they work, they're astounding. He's sending rockets to Mars and creating this totally electric car and really cool stuff. Most of the time, it doesn't work, but he pulls it off just often enough that we keep watching, we keep paying attention.
We definitely watch. Nick Collis is the co-founder of DataTrek Research, and he joins me now. Great to have you with us.
Thank you.
Let's talk the numbers first, because it was a really tough quarter.
It was. I mean, the company only sold 63,000 vehicles versus expectations of 75 to 80,000. And in an auto company, when you sell fewer units, you make less money.
So revenues plummeted some 37%. In the quarter. As you said, there's questions about demand. They're hoping to stimulate demand from the likes of China, from Europe here. There was cash burn. Uber bull, Cathie Wood there, of course, of ARK Invest, said, raise $20 billion. Would you agree that actually the market knows now they're going to have to raise money?
Absolutely. The market understands they have a cash drain this year. We've seen that in the first quarter numbers. Mr. Musk talked about it on the call, that there's no secret they're going to have to raise some money. The question is, how do you pivot to a different business model and convince the Wall Street that that business model will stick before you can go out and raise the $10, $20 billion that you've heard about?
You know, I call it a Marmite stock, because you either love this or you hate it, and people are so passionate on both sides of this one. But another thing that Cathie said to me, and I kind of alluded to it there, was, look, a car analyst cannot look at Tesla and make a good judgment call effectively, because it's not a car company. Batteries, whatever's going on with the autonomous technology, the sheer quality of the technology, chips as well was another thing we discussed. You've been a car analyst for a long time. What do you make of that comment?
I think it's accurate to the degree that you have to believe Tesla is going to be something more than a car company, because otherwise it's not even worth its current market cap of $46 billion. You do have to believe in that pivot, but that then means you have to believe that you can develop an autonomous vehicle in the next 3 to 5 years, get it onto the streets, get it approved by regulators, and have it produce revenue at scale. No one's done that yet, so it's a huge leap of faith.
Do you believe that if anyone can do it, Elon Musk can do it? I mean, he's built a car giant. They're having technical issues, but when you're taking on some of the incumbents that have been around for decades and decades and decades, like Bradley Tusk said there, you know.
Yeah, I don't think anybody thinks of anybody besides maybe General Motors with its cruise vehicle unit as being really a market leader in autonomous. I think you look at, say, at Google's Waymo as really being one of the preeminent companies, perhaps some other companies as well. So it's a different field of competitors, but they're no less powerful than the traditional auto companies are in auto design. Elon Musk is going up against Google as much as he's going up against anybody else.
You know, look at the share price as well, and we've bounced off the $250 level a few times. That feels just technically, to me, a really, really important level here, just in terms of investor sentiment. What do you say to investors about this one? Do you just say, look, if you're in for the long haul, like Cathie Wood, like these long-term investors, I mean, her bull call here is $4,000 on this share price. Is that okay? It's like there's a timing issue here. You have to survive as a company in a viable way in the short term in order to reach the long term.
Yes, I mean, I think you have to look at it and realize perhaps that Mr. Musk built the wrong kind of company out of the gate. He built a car company that produces cars where really what the market wants is a service company, like the robo-taxis he described, but also like Uber and Lyft that have managed to come public at very good valuations, still losing a lot of money in the trailing 4 quarters. So you have to believe in a pivot that the market will accept that, and you really have to believe that in the next 5 years, you'll be able to get on your phone and call an autonomous cab. That's the critical technology you have to believe in. If you don't, you can't buy the stock.
Do you believe in it?
No.